Hi, I'm Chris Agos, and today we're going to find out the truth. You've all seen these before, right? It's a ring carrier. You know, the carriers that are used to carry around six-packs. Well, for years, these things have been called out as a leading source of animal entrapment and just being overall not so good for the environment. Well, today, we're going to find out the truth. See, EPA regulations state that these products have to degrade over time, and it's been like that for well over a decade. Now, the largest manufacturer of this type of product claims that under UV light, their rings are designed to become brittle. This is because they're made out of a specially formulated, low-density polyethylene plastic. They say that they've been making carriers this way for more than 20 years, and even if they wind up out in the environment because people are careless and they don't recycle them or they don't throw them out properly, in no way are these carriers the problem that they've been portrayed to be. In fact, the manufacturer claims that they're often the lowest impact multi-packs on the market in terms of energy use, greenhouse gases, and cradle-to-grave impacts because they're lighter and they use far less material. See, sustainability can often be estimated by material volume and weight. This is incredibly light. It uses just a little material, and yet it's still super strong. Other types of packaging, on the other hand, they're bulky, they're heavy, they use a lot more material to get the job done. So, we're setting up a little experiment. The claim is that in about 30 to 60 days, depending on where you are on the planet, the time of year, and how much sun the carrier is exposed to, the sun's natural UV light will make these highly brittle. And they also happen to float. So, if the carrier ends up in water, the sunlight hits them, and they still become brittle. Doug and Brian are setting up a simple system to hold our carrier in place. That's what this rig is for. It's going to allow us to keep it in one location and let the sun beat down on it for the next 30 days. We're also setting up a camera to capture all the action. This time-lapse camera is going to go inside this weatherproof housing, and it's going to take nice, pretty pictures of what happens over the next month. Now, we also need to set a benchmark, and that is what this is for. This is a 10-pound dumbbell. We're going to place it on here just to make sure it's nice and strong, and it is. It's definitely strong, it's supporting the weight, and it definitely could support a lot more. It's not even stretching. In case you're wondering if this is real, there's your answer. All right, so camera inside the housing. Once that's done, we're ready to go. Let's get the heck out of here and let the sun do its thing. And now we wait. But in a month, we'll come back. And we'll see what happens. And we're back. It's another nice kind of overcast day. It's been about a month or so, and I got to tell you, I'm looking at this thing and it looks just like it did when we first put it up here. Not a lot has changed, at least to the eye. But the question is structural integrity. Did that change? According to the manufacturer, the UV exposure should make this very brittle and weak. So we're going to test it out. If you remember, the carrier held a big old 10-pound dumbbell really easily, but we're not going to start with this because we expect that thing to be a lot weaker right now. So we're going to start light and go heavy. We've got an empty plastic egg, a pen, and a tennis ball. If the tennis ball doesn't break the thing, I'm pretty sure the dumbbell's going to, but if that doesn't work, then I guess I'll just, I'll lean on the thing until it does. So, let's start with our egg. Now remember, according to the manufacturer, this should be really weak and brittle right now. Empty plastic egg. I'm going to drop it from, I'm going to say about, not quite 2 feet, maybe about 18, 20 inches. And if this thing is really weak, this should break it. So here we go. We got cameras rolling. Everybody set in 3, 2, 1. No way. No way. Look at this stuff. It just snapped right there, right at the point, and here, and there's 3 breaks right there. But you know what? Any pressure at all, and this stuff just comes apart. It's so flaky. Look at it. This is really not good for much of anything other than the recycle bin at this point. I mean, you really can't make the argument that birds or wildlife could get trapped in this because, I mean, you can tell that it really just doesn't hold together at all. It's really surprising. I gotta say, I didn't expect this. That's cool though. Huh. Let's take a look at that one more time, this time in slow motion. Look at that. The carrier just broke up into harmless pieces. I don't think a whole lot of people expected that to happen. I know I didn't at all. So remember, the best way to be green with this and other products is to drop it into a recycle bin. And if your community doesn't accept this type of material for recycling, then drop it into a proper trash bin. No littering. Well, there you have it. Today, we found out the truth. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Agos.